Next up, we have Solar Rain by Geoplex. As far as I understand, featured in Geometry Dash. Once again, everybody, this is a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician, a composer, and my objective here is to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what is happening here musically. So, if you like the sound of that, make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you want to use, like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, all that good stuff. At the time of this recording, we just passed 3,000 subscribers on YouTube, so thank you so much for that. This is awesome. And two disclaimers. Number one, this is my first time hearing this ever, so I will be pausing a lot as I will be pointing things out as I hear them or as I realize them. And number two, this is recorded live on stream on a single take. I might stumble upon my words like I just did now, or whatever happens, happens. So with that said, let's check this out. Solar Rain by Geoplex. Let's go. Okay, so we have three main elements going on right now. We have a high synth. We have a bunch of synths going on right now. Oh, wrong one. We have a bunch of synths. We are having a higher synth holding what is called a pedal tone or a pedal note, which is just a note that is being held up high. Then we are having one more giving us chords with a bit of rhythm. You can hear those chords, bum 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 bum, and then we're having a quasi piano, quasi synth, giving us what is our motif. The motif being the smallest version of your musical idea, the seed, the essence from which everything else comes from. It's really, really cool, and it's working pretty nicely and very, very in line with electronic music. Let's see where this goes. Okay, we're getting a little bit of filtering. We bring in the drums. Okay, so now we've changed over. The chords are now being played by a piano. We had, of course, the cymbal and the kick drum, the bass drum. Bass drum, kick drum, they're the same thing. They're the big one from the drum kit. In this case, it's synthesizers, but who cares? And we are having another, so instead of having just the pedal tone up above, now we're doing a little bit of rhythm that sounds kind of like echoing the rhythm of the piano. I like it. Let's see where it goes. There's the melody still there, developing. We're having this build-up synth. Ooh. Okay, so we bring in a couple of extra layers. Not too much changed musically, but now we've brought the melody higher up. Nirabo, welcome back. We bring the melody higher up, and we change the synth that is playing it. We now have a drum beat, which, again, drum beats, the difference a drum beat can make is immense to everything. I haven't mentioned it all day, so there you go. So if you ever want to hear how much of a difference the rhythm section can really make to something, listen to the intro of The Mirror by Dream Theater. The intro here, we're talking about the first minute, more or less. The guitar is doing the exact same thing over and over again for a whole minute. When you do that, it's called an ostinato, by the way. An ostinato is when you do the exact same thing over and over, which is kind of what the piano is doing right now. And the drums, the synths, the keyboard, the bass change. There are points where it's difficult to believe that the guitar is actually doing the same thing. This is from the offline list, actually. We finally figured out a way to use the offline list. So, yeah, this was one of the songs out of 556 that we have in the queue right now in the offline list. This is the one from the Discord. So yeah, let's see where this goes. Very fun melody, developing from the previous motifs. And the piano, yeah, the piano's playing the same thing. We have another synth that is holding the chords a little bit more, kind of muddying a little bit the sound of the other synths down below, but it's kind of also gluing them together. It's a very, very, very interesting thing here, because usually having that synth holding those chords when the piano is already holding them, that would be a doubling, but it's used right now in a way that usually it would result in the sound being muddied and muffled, and that would usually not work. But that's not what's happening here now, is it? Yeah, no, and you were doing live cue after this one, so yeah. So that's not what's happening right here, is it? So proof that theory doesn't always match practice, because in theory, this should not work. And it is. So let's see where it goes. Very fun melody. Developing further, going up instead of down. We had a brief moment of going off the ramp, one of my favorite types of transition. So going off the ramp is a colloquial term that I use. Colloquial just means that, by colloquial I just mean that there's no academic term, or at least I'm not using it for the sake of simplicity and being able to explain things. So a going off the ramp moment is a section, usually transitionary between other sections, used to make the listener feel suspended in the air, kind of going off a ramp, suspended at the mercy of inertia, waiting to see where we land. How do you do that? You remove the drums, maybe the bass as well. It's exactly what happened. Very short this time, but now we land on the next section. Let's see where it goes. We bring back the piano synth with the original motif. Yeah, we have a couple of synths. We have one more layer of synths giving us like this almost stars textured synth in the background. Not that big a difference, but just the fact that we're using actual drum beat this time around instead of the original iteration of this, really cool. Let's see where it goes. We're developing the melody further. Nice. Build up, going up the ramp. And now we let the piano play everything. Oh! New melody from the other piano. Kind of in the distance. Variation of the melody, of the motifs. Oh, we're bouncing back and forth between the different synths. But, yeah, we're still going with that piano rhythm. We bring back new melody, variation mainly. Nice. So structurally speaking, when it comes to music, you have something called form. Form is just the structure of your piece. When it comes to non-songs, so instrumentals, you are going to use form, which is usually described by letters. It's usually symbolized by letters. So we started with a short intro, and then we went to section A. We did section A, which was the motif, the piano, and everything. And then we went to section B, which gave us the really cool initial melody. Then we went off the ramp back to A, which I'm going to call A prime, which is a variation of A. And now we are in section C. New version of the melody, new iteration, new contrasting. That's right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, this is a rondo. Rondo is a type of structure where you go back and forth. You go from section A to section B, which is a contrasting section, back to section A, which is the familiar material, usually with a variation, then to section C, then section A, then section D, so on, so forth. Remy, welcome to the day. Yeah, you can have multiple in the offline queue, just don't overdo it. We already have 500. Like, this is from the offline queue. We already have over 500 in there. So the more you request, the less likely you are to get it. So yes, we have this going on in a rondo. Let's just see how it develops. Because, okay, let me explain first off the concept, right? So this concept here is because when you're making music, you want a very careful balance between what is familiar and what is new. Too much familiarity means too much repetition. You risk boring the listener. They tune out. Too much new stuff too quickly. You risk overwhelming the listener. They tune out. However, when it comes to your structure, when it comes to your sections, section A is usually going to be whatever you're doing. Section B needs to be some sort of contrast. So how do you contrast without making something completely new and unrelated? Because this is a trap that genres like prog and gent fall into, where they just come up with completely unrelated material after completely unrelated material after completely unrelated material, and then the lines start blurring of, okay, so we're going from A to B to C to D to E to F to G. At what point does song 1 start and song 2 end? At what point, what's the difference then between song 1, song 27? What sets them apart? So you do need that sense of familiarity, but at the same time, you also need that sense of something new. So when you do this, when you make these sections, you need some sort of connecting thread. In this case, between section A and B, it has been the piano. The rhythm of the piano, those chords being held, are the same in sections A and B, and therefore back from A to C. And the same over in A to C. That has been our constant so far, which is a tricky thing to do, because usually you do want some sort of variation there, but we are varying. We're bringing the variation in everything else around it. We're having the same drum beat, the same chords as a fundamental, as a foundation, and we're just building everything around, and we are giving these very, very nice connecting tissues between the sections, allowing us to have a very, very nice rondo structure. Let's see where it goes. Yep, new melody. And in this case, the biggest contrast of all of them has been the melody. The melody has been the biggest, most notorious difference between the sections, which is a clever way if you can get away with the melody, because the melody has still been related in one way to or another to the previous motifs that we've had. So there is some sense of familiarity there, but we are bringing new variations of each melody and just exploring that. Welcome back, chorus. Yes, connecting tissues. Yes, that's what I said. Let's see where it goes. Very cool. Off the ramp, and back we go to section A, double prime. So this is our second variation of section A. The piano is a little bit more active. We have the drums going on, but yeah, this, structurally speaking, is a rondo, which is, in my opinion, one of the more fun structures to use, because it really allows you to explore so much. Let's see where it goes. Yep, back to A. With the melody a little bit more developed than before. So second variation, still A. And another detail here is the instrumentation between A and the other ones is who is doing the melody as well. Not just the melody, but who is doing the melody. In the case of A, it's the piano. That's the one doing the melody. In the case of B, C, D, it's going to be the other synth, the one higher up above. Really, really cool. Really, really cool. Don't request just yet. Don't request just yet. We're not taking requests just yet. Back we go now to full on. Yeah, this is all the way back to off the ramp A. Let's see where you go. Yep, a more longer version of A. The real Wendy test burger. Welcome to the day. How you doing? I'll tell you when you can start requesting. All right. And we broke the cycle. We broke the pattern. We had the second variation of A was longer than the other types. It was basically playing A twice. But now we go to section D. And what is the difference here? We are entering a solo. This sounds like a solo. Sounds like a piano solo. So here we can call this a solo. I should have typed this down. But yeah, we have what sounds to be a solo. And when it comes to solos, it's one of the few things that you can be absolutely free-form with. When it comes to music, electronic music has solos and a dropping of the beat. Metal has breakdowns. And then every genre has solos. You don't need to worry about previously used material or motifs or anything like that. It's rule of cool. And in this case, in this piece so far, we've had a very consistent foundation when it comes to the bass, drums, and chords. So it's all melody. It's all on the melody, and right now it sounds like we're doing a solo. Let's see if I'm right. It sounds like a solo. A little bit. It's repeated, but it sounds kind of like a solo. And it is the piano, most importantly. But this is still section D. And now... So I would still count it, because the solo section, I would not count it as D, I would count it as a solo section. And now we are entering section D. So solo, this is kind of a break section. It technically counts as still being, because we had basically 2 times A here. Then we went into the solo. Now we're in section D. It still fits the concept of the rondo. We ended up just swapping what would have been a section A after the solo to playing it twice in advance. That's a cool way of flipping the script. I like it. That's a cool way of flipping the script. Because technically speaking, you did play A, then solo, A, and D. You just swapped 2 of them very quickly. Counts. For me, it counts. Let's see where it goes. Really cool variation here. Nice. Alright, let's see. We got about 30 seconds left, 35 seconds left. Let's see how you end this. Off the ramp. And we mirror the intro with this instrumental outro. We got our outro going now. Basically mirroring the intro, bringing down just the piano with those simple synths, that ambience synth. How are you gonna end this though? Good. One last hit of the cymbals, one last chord of the piano. You let that ring, you let that dissipate, and bada beam, bada boom, we are done. Man, that was a lot of fun. That was a really, really fun track. That was an interesting take on the rondo. Because technically speaking, over here, we had section A, double prime, then the solo section, then a triple prime, and then D. And all we did is we swapped a triple prime with the solo. We just swapped places, and that's it. That's what we got. So A triple prime merges with A double prime. Solo, section D, outro. Really cool, really, really fun way of flipping the concept of the rondo around. Was this intentional? I don't know. It's what happened. So there you go. VP, welcome to the day. How you doing? So yeah, there you go. That was Solar Rain by Geoplex, featured in Geometry Dash. This was really fun, dude. This was really fun. Once again, everybody, this has been a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician, a composer, and my objective here has been to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what has happened here musically. So, if you're watching this on the YouTube video archive thing, thank you for watching. Make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you want to use. At the time of this recording, again, we just hit 3,000 subscribers on YouTube. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for 3,000. Really, it's wild that we reached this fast. Like, I was expecting to hit 1,000 at the end of the year. So, that's what I was estimating. So, yeah, thank you so much, all of you, for being here, really. So, yeah, really appreciate it. Like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member, all that good stuff. Support this channel as much as you want, but not at your own expense. If you want to listen to this without me interrupting every 5 seconds, I will be linking it in the description down below. If you want to request a song, if you're on the live stream, you can start requesting now. And if you're not on the live stream, you need to go to the Discord, link down below, go to the LFA requests channel, and follow the instructions on the pinned messages. And if you want to catch the streams when they happen live on air, we aim for Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Central European Time. If you want to know what time that is for you, Down below linked are the Discord and the Twitch. They both have the stream schedules showing on your local time zones so that you don't have to. It's up to date as well. I make sure to update them every week and everything. So there is that. And follow the gaming channel. We have a gaming channel because of course we do. It's where I put the VODs of the gaming after shows when they happen. I have its own dedicated YouTube channel. Games are Basterd. Link down below, or you can search for the username on YouTube. It's the same as James R. Basterd. You just swap the J for a G and you got it. And yeah, there you go. That was really fun. Surprisingly simple in so many ways, and built up on it very well, very nicely. So there you go. Solar Rain, Geoplex, Geometry Dash. Really good stuff. But yeah, let's move on.